I have a Traxxas Nitro Shootout for Funny Car winner Jack Beckman. Jack, pretty spectacular ending, but talk about that run and talk about winning the Traxxas Nitro Shootout here.
Which part of the run would you like to talk about? The first 4 seconds were fantastic. The next 10, not so good. You know, Pomona, when it blew up earlier in the run, and the way the fire came out and what was left of the body, there was a little bit more fire up in my face. This one, it didn't blow oil all over my visor like Pomona, so I could see the whole way. I'm not sure I recommend that either. It's not good what you see. You know, this thing, as soon as you lose the body, you lose all downforce. So the things start bouncing off the ground, and you're sliding your own oil too. And man, I just did not want to wreck that chassis. We do have a backup car, but you don't want to go every qualifying run and then switch chassis out there. So we'll put a body on it. The problem is sometimes when they blow up that hard, it tweaks a couple things in the chassis too. We got all night to fix it. We got another max life body we can put on it, and we're the only car with a chance of doubling up. I kind of like that.
How scary was it? I mean,
You didn't raise your hand. Yes, sir.
how scary was it? Just, I mean, you guys, you crossed the line and all of a sudden.
You react. It's almost as like when you're driving down the freeway and there's an accident and the car in front of you locks up the brakes and you react to it and you're fine. And then 4 seconds later, instinct takes over and your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up. I just want to get the car stopped. It's like stop, 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 stop. And then the difference on this versus what I just explained is once you get it stopped, you're like, cool. Body's already gone. We didn't wreck anything else. So it actually isn't bad. You know, people say, aren't you scared in there? I never feel safer than when I'm in that race car. I am wearing all the best equipment. I am locked in there. Kyle's got these Popeye forearms and they're from tightening me in the car. I'm not budging in that thing. And you know, you look at what happened to me on that run and you thank everybody that makes that safety stuff. And it's become cliche. But the reason it's become cliche is we're walking away from incidents that people didn't used to walk away from. So I never really got to it. You know what, if you'd have told me I'd lost, that adrenaline rush would have come straight down. But knowing we won, it was a fairly surreal experience.
You were bouncing a little bit. I mean, it looked
No,
like
I was bouncing a lot.
It looked like you almost rolled over. Were you worried that the car?
No, it's just that as it bounces, it's doing this, and you don't want it to hook and then slam the thing into the wall there. And you know, once I got past the first 5 bounces, I'm like, okay, I think I've got this thing. You want to get it stopped in case the fire's intense so you can get out of there, but you just don't want to hit anything. You know, a lot of times people tell you if you blow something up, pull over towards the wall. Don't. If you blow up, make sure you slow down. And then once you know you're not sliding in your own oil, then get over towards the wall. I didn't have much choice with this thing. It kind of hopped its way over to the wall anyway.
Did you watch a replay?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think? You saw pieces?
It looked just as spectacular from outside as it did from inside. Bobby raised his hand. Did you see that? You're so cute, Bobby.
So I guess the 3 significant body explosions have come from DSR cars, and no disrespect there, but
None taken.
It's like the first instance of the tethering system didn't work so well. We took the tethers off, but through all 3, the double latching system has worked perfect.
Yeah, we all were confident in that. We didn't see a downside to the double latching other than they look ugly. They add a little bit of weight to it, and it's a little bit more for the guy who raises the body up and down to do. But we figured other than that, it was going to only be positives. The tethers can be positives in a lot of situations. I would have been scared to death to do what I did with the tethers on that Dodge. They're optional. Some of the teams feel like they work better with the other design bodies, but the Dodges have such a long cab. You saw what happened to Johnny. If that would have happened to us, we would have wrecked into the wall and could have wrecked into Cruz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think on his, the saddle actually came off and moved over 10 inches where he couldn't get off. And for you guys, it just kind of turns the rest of your body into confetti.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep working on a better restraint system for the body. We absolutely need to try our best to contain these things and not let them fly up in the air. I just don't want them to stay so close to the drivers. The other thing is that concussion was strong enough to shred that body into that many pieces. If you contain that around the driver, the force that we experience is going to be a lot more dramatic.
What was the actual cause?
Lou, you didn't raise your hand. Kevin?
Did it give you any warning before it went?
No, none whatsoever. Just like Pomona. Didn't lay over, didn't do anything. And to be perfectly frank about this, when you're in competition, Even if it dropped a hole down there, you got to stay in it. You got to get it to the finish line. But nothing. Good, 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 good. Boom. Yes.
Luke.
Okay. So what was the cost?
Oh, those bodies with paint are 60 grand plus. I'm sure that was 45 to 50.
Well, no, cause.
Oh, cause. Oh, the same as every other cause. Nitromethane causes every single explosion. We don't know. Have no idea. Here's the problem with that. We may never know. What happens is you get this quick chain of events that turn catastrophic. But you can't always go back and analyze it because that explosion destroys so much stuff, you don't know where the chicken was and where the egg was. Just a lot of omelet all over the place. Lou.
We'll take two more, like a jack down of photos.
Yes, sir.
The cruise was cutting lights all day. Did that affect the way you approached the final round?
No. The final round affected the way I approached the final round. You got to race smart.
Yeah.
The first two rounds were also qualifying, and we get those little points. So I wanted to stage as thin as I could on both of those rounds. In the final round, it doesn't matter because you're not, it didn't count towards qualifying, and there's nothing to lose by staging deeper other than you typically don't stage deeper. So as long as you don't let it screw up your mindset about yellow step, no, and as it turned out, it worked out perfect for us. And the problem with hole shots is I really wish they would hook something up to the throttle pedals, because oftentimes the throttle pedal that moves first gets a slower reaction time just because of the way we manipulate staging in these cars.
Bobby, then.
That was a long answer to that question, wasn't it?
Bobby.
A follow-up to my last question.
Did you or did you not? Yes.
We both drawn the conclusion that the double latching system has performed well in these past few incidents. Are we better off now than when we were when we launched the body into the stands?
Oh, absolutely. Without question, because the problem before is you had a single tube that held the body, but all it did was slide underneath it. Seriously? All it did was slide underneath another tube, so it could still move this way, and if the front of the body came out enough, it came off. The dual latches clamp around. They can't go up, down, side to side. The front of the car isn't going anywhere with the dual latch system. So much, much improved system on that. And we still need to work on some things to improve keeping the back half of the body over the racing surface.
Can you talk about the prestige of winning this special event and the $100,000?
Well, the fact that we haven't won anything this year makes it that much bigger. I'm actually kind of at a little bit of loss for words right now because it's really surreal. You know, I intended to be down there with a completely intact Dodge Charger and a bunch of happy guys, and they're happy, but now they got to work 5 more hours than they would have had to tonight. You never know if your last win is your last win. You know what I mean? And you try to learn to appreciate every single one of them. This is an odd one because we got to go right back out tomorrow and race. And it's a different race. This one's 4 rounds and it's for points. But yeah, it feels fantastic. I won the Skull Showdown in the only year I competed in it, which was my first full year of Funny Car. That was just absolutely unbelievable. So to get another 8-car shootout win is amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen that Traxxas trophy. Oh my God, it's got to be 35 pounds. My shoulders are sore from holding it up. I mean, it's just, it's one of those things that years from now, you look back and go, what an amazing day.